Josh, big game ahead coming from two losses. How's the team? How are you in terms of just what needs to happen to get a good result?
Yeah, I think the guys have a good frame of mind about the position we're in, and we're just looking forward, looking for the next game. You know, Philly's an opponent we haven't played in a long time, so we're studying up right now. And I mean, today we were, playing, trying to replicate what they were, what they do, and trying to see how we're going to break them. So I think we're excited, looking for their.
Did you spend a lot of time watching their game last night? I mean, Rojo Martinez is a tough player there in your area of the field.
Yeah. No, we're gonna have a tough game ahead of us. You know, they're a good team, and everything we've been able to watch of them. You know, they're good. They get out on the counter and they go quick. So just preparing for them and getting ready for the game. So.
Speaking of counter rate, how important is that going to be on the road? I mean, high press and then turning that turnover into something positive.
Yeah, I think transition is an important part of our game, and it's an important phase of the game that all teams have to take advantage of. I think with the personnel that we have up top and the speed we have, that we need to take advantage of opportunities that we can get on the counterattack. So
we've been focusing on the lack of scoring goals, but on the other half of the field, defensively, you guys picked up where you from last year, and how important is that?
It's important. If we can keep shutouts, we're going to get results, and just keep the ball in our court and take control of the games kind of is important. If we can do what we did against Austin and find the back of the net sometimes, or a lot of the time, we're going to be in good positions if we can keep shutouts. So.
What have you seen from Raul this year so far?
He's been hungry. From the first day of preseason, he's come in and he's had a really positive attitude, and he's been helpful to a lot of the younger guys, and taking guys under his wing, and I think it's helped the younger guys, but I think it's helped him keep positive and keep pushing. He comes out in training every day and he fights, and he's hungry, and he's going to look to score some goals. So.
That's an aspect of him that I don't think you see a lot if you're not out at training. I mean, how would you describe his relationship with the younger guys? Like, it seems like he does have a pretty good relationship, especially with some of them. You guys.
It's really good. Yeah, and it's clear to the younger guys and I mean everyone that he cares, and that he's trying to be there and trying to be helpful for everybody. So it's it's really nice to have a guy like that, a guy as experienced as he is, that's helping people get better.
What can you say about the growing relationship on the field with Obed? He mentioned before the Austin game the importance of maybe counter-pressing a little bit harder, and that communication has to be there when you work with Joe Pablo for so much time in the preseason, right?
Yeah. I think it's good. I think it's gotten better week to week and month to month. We're getting more familiar with each other, and we're getting more familiar with each other's tendencies, which I think is important because every player has different nuances and stuff to their game. So just recognizing different moments where it's like, oh, maybe Obed's going to be in this position. I need to get here early and be proactive. So.
And you're usually the guy that just drops a little bit deeper, right?
Yeah, it depends kind of where we are on the field and where we're positioned. And every opponent's also a little different. Philly's going to defend different, so we're gonna take up different positions. Most things are the same, but. Yeah.
You talk about scoring goals from your position. You have a pretty good mid-range shot. Is that something that maybe you have to just use a little more often as a resource? Those mid-range opportunities, just kind of take a shot.
I think it's something where I have to pick my moments. See if a team's dropping in a low block, maybe use it. A little bit as a scare tactic to try to get them to press out a little bit, and then there's more space for us to play through them and behind them. But also just if it's the best option at the time, use it and try to take advantage of the opportunities I get.
Are you initiating that though? Because we asked you after the last game, like, oh, and I'm not going up. And last game looked like you kind of crept up there a little bit more.
We got to find goals. I think I think it varies game to game and by play too. Austin drop pretty deep because they were pretty under it, so we could kind of swarm and get tighter around the box. Even our center backs were higher up the field because for counterattacking moments too, just keep them under it. So.
You're not the coach, but just in the sense of that you know these teams so well, if an emergency cam 10 is needed, who's the guy that you think would do well? Is it Christian? Is it Danny Leyva? Like, who's the guy that you think would do well there?
I think there's a lot of players that could go there. I think a lot of fun options. You mentioned Leyva. I think that would be super fun to see him as a 10. But I mean, we have a lot of guys who have played there through preseason and who have slotted in even in trainings today. Musovski can play there. Paul can play there. Tevez can play there. We have a lot of guys who can slot in and play a lot of positions. So.